So, you want to buy a house, right? Where do you get the money? All right, thanks for coming back for the second part of our home buying process series. I hope that you've had a chance to work on your credit report and do some of the homework from the first video. Now let's talk about some of the nitty-gritty of actually, applying for a mortgage and getting money to buy that house that you're wanting to fall in love with. Um, Disclaimer here, I'm a real estate broker. I am not a mortgage lender. These are just things I have learned in the course of helping my clients buy a house or sell a house. You learn a lot from what's going on the other side. And for real, true, up to date knowledge, I will want to connect you with a great lender. So give me a call. We can talk about that and where you are in the process. But this is a little FYI, just for your information so that you don't feel quite so lost and alone. Um, this is a big financial decision that you're making, probably one of the biggest you'll ever make in your life. And you need to be informed. So I don't consider any question to be a stupid question. Only stupid things happen when you don't ask the stupid question. So here is some of the questions I've been asked over the years. And one of the first is, hey, how much do I need as a down payment? Well, let me tell you, all of the financial gurus will tell you that 20% down is an absolute bare minimum, right? That's what Dave Ramsey says. I know that there are other people who say that. And I don't discount their point of view at all. It is a more sound financial position to be in. If you can put 20% down on your home purchase, your payment's going to be better. The lenders are going to offer you perhaps the best interest rates possible because you've saved money, you have more skin in the game. But you don't have to have 20% down. The least amount you can get into a home these days is 3.5% for an FHA loan. 3.5%. 20%. On a $300,000 home sale. 20% of $300,000 is $60,000. 3.5% is $10,500. Which do you think is easier to come up with in a short amount of time? Yeah, I agree completely. If you were, let's talk a little bit right quick about the different kinds of loans, and then we'll kind of circle back to down payment again because there's some considerations. But the big thing I want you to remember is if you are renting while you're saving up a down payment, yay, good for you. But the shorter amount of time that you can rent, the better. So if you can pull together $10,000 or $12,000 to get into a house, then when you're the homeowner, you get to build equity every month when you make your payment. You get to benefit from the great appreciation that we generally have in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. That's like making money while you sleep, while you live, while you do things and just live life in the house. It's a lovely, I hate to use the word investment, but it's a good savings place, in my opinion, even if you have to do some maintenance and make a repair every year or two or three. Don't tell me that if you're renting and the landlord takes care of all those repairs, that you're not paying for it through your payment. Come on, you're paying his mortgage. He or she is putting away enough money that they have an emergency fund to take care of things if the hot water heater breaks. You can do that same thing. You can have an emergency fund to take care of your own hot water heater. There's a great deal of pride that goes with taking care of your stuff. Don't I sound like a mom? Yeah, I do. And a real estate broker? You bet. Everybody needs to be buying houses. Okay, let's talk about the different kinds of loans. The entry level loan is an FHA loan. It is a government backed loan. You can get into an FHA loan even if you have a bankruptcy or a foreclosure on your credit report. They have guidelines in there, so you're going to want to look into all of this with a lender. You can get in at a lower credit score, which is a huge blessing if this is your first house and maybe you've been a little sloppy with your credit. Just get up there and get your home loan. An FHA loan is for a primary residence, which means you are going to be living in that house. That's part of the deal. They want the government wants people to be homeowners. Okay, one little caveat with the FHA. If you're putting less than 20% down on any home loan, you're going to have a little mortgage insurance. It's a little premium, and with FHA loans, it's called MIP, Mortgage Insurance Premium. And what that means is that the lender realizes that you don't have as much skin in the game as they do, and so they charge you a little extra fee. I know a lot of people who get hung up on that little fee. Little is a relative word. And they want to wait till they got that 20%. Hey, the cost of me being a homeowner, it's just one of those things. It's like paying an electric bill, in my opinion. Yeah, it's cheaper than an electric bill. With an FHA loan, it stays with the loan. So if after 5 or 6 years you have built up enough equity and your home is appreciated so that you have 20% interest, then you're going to want to refinance at that point to a different loan product. That's the way you handle all that. You don't have to live with that forever, but it is a great way to get into a home. And like I said, 3.5%. 3.5%. The one last thing I'll tell you about an FHA loan is you're not going to be buying any big fixer-uppers, okay? No holes in the walls. It's got to be in pretty darn good shape for it to qualify through the appraisal process. So if you're a little more advanced than that, then maybe what you want is a conventional loan. Conventional loans, you can put as little as 5% down. You have to have a slightly better credit score, which makes them a little bit different. You will pay PMI as long as you don't, if you don't have a down payment of 20%. But once you get to that point, you can do a quick refinance on that same loan. A conventional loan you do not have to live in, so it's great if you want to buy an investment property in your future, or if you want to buy an investment property that your kids live in instead of the college dorms. Conventional loans, you can buy a fixer-upper. It gives you a chance to get in there and put some sweat equity, some actual hammer and nails kind of building of value. Can be a great loan to have. The third loan that we see a lot of is the VA loan. And if you are a veteran or an active duty military person, this is one of the perks you get for your service to our country. And let me just say again, thank you for serving. You are appreciated. VA loans, you do not have to put anything down. Zip. Zero. That's just one of the perks you get with that loan. There are some income requirements you have to meet, some debt requirements you have to meet. You certainly have to be eligible through the VA, and you're not going to be buying a fixer-upper on that either. But the other thing to remember about a VA loan is they get really, really good interest rates as a general rule. So if you qualify, take advantage of it. There's a few other things we would discuss, but it's a great loan for you guys. So when it's time for you to talk to a lender, they're going to help you decide what loan works best for you, your credit score, your housing dreams. They're going to work and get the very best one for you. And if you're to this point, give me a holler. I can connect you with a great lender. I am connected all over the United States and into parts of Canada. So if you need somebody and you can't find someone local, give me a call and I'll go to work and find somebody for you. All right, let's talk about one other thing. If you've gotten to the point where you're talking to a lender, Your goal is to get a pre-approval letter. That is an important ticket into your world of home shopping. We want to see that pre-approval letter because that means that the lender has looked at your income, has talked to you about your debt, and you guys have determined what your max amount that you can go shopping for is. There is nothing worse than thinking that you qualify for 400,000 when really and truly you don't need to spend a penny over 275. You think that's, yeah, I have seen that happen. I have had people call me, and from online and their own calculations, they've figured I can afford this, this, and this. And that's not really the way it was. And oh man, that's hard. So we do not want you to fall in love with a house you cannot afford. So get that pre-approval letter, have the chat with the lender, get the pre-approval letter. That way you know your budget. And you know what? Just because they say that you qualify for a certain amount, what we want to do is analyze that and make sure your monthly payment is something you can live in. Live in, that is a perfect word. You live in your monthly payment, not in the big sales price. I've had numerous clients who came to me and said, well, we qualify for this much, but we only want to spend this much because that makes our payment something we're very comfortable with. And I personally believe that a house should enhance your life. It shouldn't stress you out. And you don't want to be house poor, which is when you're paying all of your money to your house and you don't have funds to go out to eat or, go to the doctor or buy groceries or travel. Your house needs to be a part of your financial puzzle, and it needs to be just the right size piece. So let's talk about that. Let's work on that with your lender and make sure that you're taken good care of. All right, it's time probably for you to talk to a lender or give me a call and we'll talk a little bit more. I'm sure you have other questions, and I have, a couple more videos that I'm going to be making. So be sure and hit the subscribe button. And if you like this one, we're going to be posting another one, which is more on the home buying process. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. I enjoy your questions, and we'll see you again soon.